on Sumoling. Thank you so much for joining us for another product walkthrough webinar. I am Lindsay and I am joined by the team over at ARGear. ARGear is an AR development platform that includes an SDK, content library, and CMS console for simple integration of AR features. And it's starting at just $79 for a lifetime deal. Before we dive into the walkthrough itself, I just want to tell you a few quick things. The first is that if you want to tell us a little bit about your use case or why you're interested in ARGear, we'd love to hear it. We also know this is a very unique tool and we're really excited to have this in our store. So we definitely want to hear about how you plan on using it. So you can go ahead and do that over in the chat room. The second thing is that if you have any questions about the tool or the deal, how to get set up, anything like that, you can go ahead and leave those questions in the Q&A box down below the video, and then I will go ahead and ask those questions to the team, after we're done with the walkthrough. And then the last thing is that there will be a replay of this available. So if you need to step out, or if you want to just watch this later, you are more than welcome. You can watch this as many times as you want. All right, that's it for me. Hey, Jake, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you for the introduction.
Absolutely. I'm excited to have you here. I'm excited to see how all of this works. I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to you. I'm going to turn off my camera and my mic, but let me know when you're ready for those questions. Sumolings, leave those questions in the Q&A box. Cool.
All right.
Take it away.
Okay. So, all right. So ARGear is basically an all-in-one SDK that includes a console and content and an SDK that integrates with the console and all the content that we provide. We provide lots of content. So we have we've been working with many name brands for providing them content like a Disney, and we actually provide content for a lot of the recent Samsung phones for their AR features. So we have a lot of experience in developing content for AR applications, and so we try to provide as much of those as we can, and we continually update this content. And our content is kind of a unique feature that we provide with our SDK. It's just like a full package deal. So you can also curate this content. We provide the tools for that, and some many other tools. And I'll show you in the console. So right now I'm going to bring it over to the web browser, and we'll open up the ARGear web page, and I'll give you kind of a brief overview of that. Open up the screen share here. Okay. So you can go to argear.io. That's our main portal to access the console and then to download the SDK. So we provide lots of, so the pricing, we have some plans. And so we have a free plan, which basically means basically the content that you use. So every time a content is used, the first time it's used, it's not counted. But every consecutive time it's used, we count that. And then if you reach beyond 1,000 per month, then you need to switch to a paid plan. And network usage also. And you can build up network usage more than, because the first click doesn't count. But we're still kind of working on our plans. The paid plan is basically you're charged a fee, and then every time the content is downloaded, a fee is also charged. So, but the nice thing about the paid plan is that you don't get any watermark. So you don't know, nobody knows that ARGear made the content for that. And we do other special pricings. So you just need to contact ARGear for those if you want something more customized, or if you need a special feature that that's not in the SDK. So we do that, like I said, with many companies, including Samsung. So yeah, for resources for developers, we provide SDKs, and we also provide sample codes. We support, iOS and Android, and you can use these sample codes as kind of a template or a guide on how to implement. We do also have documentation, and we're continually updating that as well. Yeah, and so, yeah. So a little bit about Sears Lab is, so we started out as kind of an AR app, like you would record videos with face stickers and stuff like that. But we had a lot of hard time competing with like Snapchat and Snow. So we decided, well, there's probably a lot of other companies like us that are small, but have a difficult time competing with the large companies because they provide content so rapidly. So we kind of decided to make an SDK to help other people like us in this situation, so that the little guy can have all the AR features and contents that the big companies have. So yeah, and so basically, I'll go into the console now. So you get a little splash screen when you log in. It tells you some of the features. So I'll go into the account here. So when you have, so for the AppSumo deal, you would need to sign in with your code, and you can stack your codes in here as well inside the account. And I think there are a lot of people have questions on that, and we can cover that later if it's not clear. Yeah. So in here is basically all my projects. So if you want to create an app using ARGear, you need to create a project inside your console, and it's pretty easy. Just click create, and you click which operating system you're going to use, and give it a package name. And this is kind of an important part. So on Android, this is going to be your package. So like com.searslab. Whatever, and then your project name. So what you want to call your project, and then you leave a brief description. And so you need a separate project for each operating system. And so once you create a project, you can go in here and you can see basically the dashboard tells you all about app usage. So that's another bonus that you get free with the console, is you can track statistics on who's using your app, how many, where are they using it at, and then you can also track, your network usage, like what content people are using, and so you can really get an idea of the kind of things your customers or your app users are interested in. And yeah, you can just play around with the filters and stuff. You can see the different content and action there. So and I'll deal more of that when I get into the content shop. But yeah, so when you look at your project, there's definitely some things that we really need to know in this project overview, and that's for connecting to ARGear in the software, where you're gonna specify the security keys when you connect. And when you connect, that's when you notify ARGear that a user is connected, and then you get a response back, and that has all the detail for accessing the content and their thumbnails. And we provide interfaces for downloading all of this stuff. And, you have complete control, like, unlike, Google does have like a content library in addition to their AR core, but it's like all or nothing. So it's like a huge, library. But, with ARGear, you just download whatever you need, whatever the user wants to use, and it's on the phone for the lifetime of the app. So you don't need to download it again. But, every time it's downloaded, it counts towards the network usage. So in this response, yeah, that's what you need to parse. And the sample apps have sample codes for parsing this, so you can, use that as a guide. And so the content shop, this is where you do all your shopping for content, AR content. So we have a growing catalog, and we have a free and paid content. And we have some package deals here too. This is constantly being updated, and it's real easy to use. You just add to your cart, and then go to checkout, and then buy it. It's that easy. You can put in your payment information here, just credit card number, just simple, real simple. Yeah, and so once you get all your content that you want to use in your app, you go to content management. But I think, yeah, I could go over and show you, we provide some kind of sample of what the content looks when it's used, just to help you, give you an idea. A lot of the content has animations, trigger effects based on like expression, and also sound. Some of them have sound as well. Yeah. So in the content management, yeah, it's just really easy. I just bought a couple stickers, right? So I'll just throw them in here. You can create these categories, just as many as you want, doesn't matter. And you can hide these from the user by clicking staging, and then they don't show up. So you can kind of control access to what people have access to, what stickers they have access to. So the type of stickers that are in the store right now, they're pretty much like kind of like Snapchat, kind of AR stickers, right? That track your face. So you don't have to do any of that. The tracking, the alignment, moving the sticker on the face, make it activate. So ARGear does all that for you. Basically, you just tell the ARGear what content you want displayed, and then that content will get rendered, and then you'll get a rendered image, or and then all you have to do is display it. So you have full control. You can add more to the output of the display, or the output of ARGear. You can add on top of it, whatever you want. You can even use ARGear with ARCore and ARKit. We have support for that as well. So if you don't want to use ARGear's face tracking, you want to use ARCore, ARKits, you can do that. So we try to make it as open as possible. But anyway, so yeah, we provide a lot of stickers. I'll show you in the content. So shop. So we have a lot of stickers, filters. So like Instagram filters. Actually, we actually implement some Instagram, officially Instagram stickers. We also implement some of those as well. And then some virtual backgrounds for segmentation, and some animation, some with animation, some not. Yeah, we're working on, we have other plans that aren't included on the website that include like 3D tracking, and we will, as we develop this further, we'll add that to the content store as well. So that's what's here right now. So yeah, so we have documentation here for Android and iOS. We also support Unity as well. So if you want to have Unity do the rendering for you, you can do that too. So you can go through here, and if you have any questions on anything in the documentation that's not clear, please let us know, and so that we can make it better. And so in here, yeah, it tells you everything about how to connect, the APIs that we use for the SDK. Yeah. So back at the console, really, I think that's about it. So I can show you what it's like when you actually use the app, and then I'll show you, I'll add more content, and then it'll update. I'll show you how it updates in the app as well. So I'll switch to my phone, which will have ARGear running. Let's see. Okay. All right. So this is basically the sample app. I've changed the sample app to work with the project that I showed you in the ARGear console. So basically, yeah, we have a set of filters. You can control their effects if you want. We also have bulging effects. Basically, change the shape of your face. You can change their effects as well. Basically, all sorts of nice features, that you can kind of like beauty things. So yeah, you can play with those as well. And you have access through that. That's part of the AR SDK. So that doesn't have anything to do with content or downloading or anything. That just comes with the SDK. It's implemented in there, so there's no like downloading or anything. and then here's the content that I had in my console. You know, you can just play with it. So this one has a trigger, right? When I open my mouth, it has a bunch of pop-ups. I think this one has a trigger as well. So yeah, just follow my face. You know, so we have many different types. Here's segmentation, right? For backgrounds, virtual backgrounds. So you can go through, and every time I click this, that information gets sent up to the server, what my usage is. And it takes a little bit of time to update, but it's not that long. It doesn't take that long to see it in the display. Yeah, and then we also provide interfaces for taking photographs or recording video. You know, so it's very simple, and we try to make the interface as simple as possible, so users can, you know, of all skill levels can use it. Basically, you just need to know how to display an image on the screen, and how to use the camera APIs, you know, to connect up to the ARGear SDK, and how to parse, you know, the JSON message. So really, it's just fairly basic, like app skills, app development skills. And ARGear, we do all the tracking, all the rendering of the content, all you know, all the content management with the server. We provide that as well, and so you know, it just really makes it easy for you to develop, you know, these types of applications. And you know, we're working on many different, you know, things, like virtual fitting, like for glasses. You know, I think I have an app for the, you know, to kind of demonstrate some of that as well. Maybe this is kind of a development version, so there might be something not working in it. maybe here. Glasses, yeah, there we go. So we will provide a lot of these features through the SDK as well. And you know, we're currently implementing a lot of that. So yeah, it's a growing SDK. All the features, you know, we're constantly adding. We're constantly improving our, you know, face tracking, our segmentation models, and you know, just adding new features. And then they will be brought to you through the SDK and the content store. I think that's about it for that.
Ready to take questions, or you still got some stuff?
I think, yeah, I can go over the AppSumo deal, like how that differs from the other plans.
Yeah,
so,
let's go over that. That's a good question anyway.
All right. So I'll open up the apps. First, I'll open up the AppSumo deal page if I can find it. Sorry. Okay. I think I found it. And then I'll switch my screen over. All right. Okay. So, all right. So the difference between like plan and the paid plan, in regards to the AppSumo deal, is that user clicking, like activating stickers, is not counted. So purely it's all download based. So your users can use the content as much as they want. But every time they download it, it costs, just, because we maintain the server, and well, we pay for the server and the network usage. So that's something we can't really give you, a great deal on, but it's still, we still give you a good deal. And that's, so for all your projects that you have, they're shared. So you get 2,500 active users, and then 10,000 content downloads per month. And that's for just a single thing. If you stack them, those benefits increase. But really the core of it is that when people use the content, you're not charged for it, only for downloading. Yeah, and I think that's the key thing. Also, again, this is shared between all your projects. So if you have multiple projects, say one for iOS and one for Android, you have to share that. That's shared. So I just make that clear. I think that's about it. Did I explain that okay, you think? Or?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it makes sense to me. I guess I got a sneak peek because I heard that answer earlier, but I think no, I think that answers it, and thank you for going over that. All right, I'm going to pull some questions that we got from the chat, but I'm also assuming if you have any more questions, now is your moment to go ahead and put those in the Q&A box. All right, so the question that we have here is, how can ARGear be used to make educational videos? I'm also interested, just as a follow-up to this question, is just use cases in general. What kind of people and companies are using ARGear? And then, yeah, how can this be used in this particular one?
So currently the companies that, so I'm not too sure on our business end. So I'm actually an engineer. So we try to,
That's okay.
be isolated from a lot of the business stuff, which is a good thing, because, we have enough to focus on. And I'm sure the business team has enough to focus on too. But from what I know is Samsung, I think it's Samsung, has, that actually uses the ARGear SDK. And then but right now the app is kind of more designed for kind of beauty, with the bulge effects that change, the shape of your face, and also more like Snapchat, and you can use ARGear in any way that you can, imagine, like if you want to implement some streaming service or something. We're actually working on streaming to add into, I'm actually implementing it. So that you can have that streaming, like WebRTC and RTMP built into the SDK. So you can use that as if you want to add streaming to your app, or if you want to add AR content to your app, video recording. You don't even have to use the features, if you want just some really easy interface for recording and taking pictures. That's all provided in the SDK. But really just kind of any type of user interactive thing, you just want stickers or filters, like because we also provide filters like beauty filters, like Instagram filters. So if you want to include that in your app as well, you can do that too. As far as education purposes, I don't know. kind of.
I feel like and maybe this is something that this person can give us some more information on. It sounds okay. So it does sound to me that they might have some, I guess, filters that maybe they would like to request or custom make. So could you speak a little bit to that in case that is something that somebody's interested in?
Right. So we have, in addition to our free, there are plans that we provide online. We have kind of a custom plans, custom content. We can develop pretty much anything. Like LG had us, they wanted us to implement their sample, their demonstration apps for their TOF camera in their new phones. So they used us. So you have snow falling down and it stops when it touches some sort of object, and that depth sensor on the phone detects. So we work with that device. We do all sorts of things. Like for Amazon, we're working with with them as well. Just like virtual fitting. So, like watch stuff or fitting in glass. Like we're working on all that right now. Shoe fitting, like all that stuff. So really, whatever
super cool. This
you
sounds
want,
like something I couldn't understand.
Yeah, you just ask us, and we'll work with you. Content like that. We're working on a tool to develop your own content for ARGear, but currently we take requests for content, and you just provide us with how you want it designed, the effects that will happen, and then we can give you that content through that channel, more custom route. So that's our current workaround until we have a tool available for people to use.
Awesome. Thank you for that. And then I guess to that end, you've already kind of covered this, but Sumolings do love to know what's coming up on a roadmap. So can you just tell us what you're looking forward to the most that Sumolings can also look forward to?
Yeah, I kind of briefly mentioned about the live streaming because I'm the developer for the live streaming part. So
I'd love to hear what you specifically are working on. I think this is great self-promo.
So I've pretty much finished the Android part of it, but I'm still working on the iOS part. With coronavirus and everything's kind of going to streaming, but we can integrate our AR features directly into that. So really, all you have to do is we try to make it as simple as possible. So you don't have to know how all that stuff works. You just use the SDK, and then yeah. So I think I'm excited for that. I'm really excited for virtual try-on stuff. I also will work on face animation, or face, mesh detection and stuff. So like for dense fitting. So we already have a dense fitting. Like what I mean by dense is like a 3D face, So we use machine learning and classical 3D reconstruction techniques for that. Yeah, we just have a lot of things that we're excited to work on. I think, but yeah, virtual fitting and live streaming, I think are the two that I'm most excited about.
They sound awesome and very exciting, and something that my brain cannot comprehend making, but would very much enjoy using. So this is great. Those are all of the questions that we have today. So I can go ahead and wrap us up. And thank you so much for walking us through the product and for answering all of the questions that our Sumolings have. Sumolings, if you have not already, you can go ahead and redeem your codes at appsumo.com/ARGear. It is starting at $79 for a lifetime deal, and of course is backed by AppSumo's 60-day guarantee. So you can go ahead, get set up, play around with it, and see how it works for you. There's obviously a lot still to look forward to, and it looks like this is really going to be a game changer for those of y'all that are looking into, you know, AR development and things of that sort. So yeah, this has been wonderful. Thank you so much, Jake, for walking us through all of this.
Thank you very much, Lindsay.
And everybody,
yeah.
have a good one, everyone.
All right.